I wanted to put together a video going through Axie Infinity and the AXS token as part of my 100x crypto potential video series. Real quick before we jump in, my name is Ryan. This is the No Autopilot YouTube channel. We have a series where we're going through 100x potential crypto projects in depth, almost as if we're our own venture capitalists and trying to understand if there's potential for both you and me to make a bit of money. If you do me a huge favor, if you like this video, if you thought it was good, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, as well as consider subscribing so you can stay in the loop on any other 100x reviews that I put together. And the last call out, I just created a Telegram for this YouTube channel, and I've linked it in the description below. I'd love to have you swing by and talk crypto with us in the community. So starting us off, what is Axie Infinity? So it's a Pokemon-inspired game built on the Ethereum blockchain, where anyone can earn crypto rewards through skillful gameplay. Now, their creatures are actually axolotls, or your digital pets, and you're able to battle them, you're able to breed them, you're able to manage some land, as well as participate in the marketplace. Now, the marketplace is really interesting because, as I mentioned, you can breed your axolotls. That kind of creates new axolotls, obviously, with unique traits, and you're able to sell those for other people who are kind of doing the same thing. And so a lot of folks are making substantial amount of money battling and breeding digital axolotls on Axie Infinity right now. So the next thing I think it's important for us to know is the two tokens that are participating in the Axie universe right now. So we have the AXS, which is used for governance. You can also stake your Axie to earn weekly rewards, as well as use it as a form of payment on the network. Now there's also a small love potion, or SLP token, and that's what you use to actually breed Axies, to kind of get them into the mood, for lack of a better term. So that's kind of how the two tokens function within that ecosystem. So I landed on Axie Infinity partly from a poll that I put together asking folks, what's your favorite 100x crypto sleeper? And 47% of the people responded saying Axie Infinity. So once I took that and I started to do a bit of research, I found that Axie Infinity is ranked number 1 out of 2,265 altcoins on Lunar Crush. Now, what Lunar Crush does is it looks at social media sentiment and combines it with pricing information to try and draw some correlations. And certainly in the last week, we can see that they're onto something here, with the token being up over 100% in the last 7 days. So, in my poor man's venture capitalist approach, one of the first things I like to take a look at and make sure I can check the box on is how I feel about the founders, because that founding team is super, super important. So with Trung Nguyen, who's the CEO, he was a former chief technology officer at a startup in Vietnam called Lozy. And they were able to scale to 8 million users, as well as built successful relationships with venture capital funds where they were able to receive 7-figure level investments from those groups. And so it's really cool to see that there's a little bit of history and track record of not only being able to scale a technology solution, which is a big problem. Almost half of crypto has that problem where they have a great product, but they can't get people to use it, as well as they were able to successfully work with VC and check the boxes to get some substantial funding. So Trung ended up leaving, and he went to end-to-end transactions, which is based in Silicon Valley. And they created a platform that allows faster, efficient, and transparent private market transactions. And it's at this time where Trung became addicted to a game called CryptoKitties. And he ended up investing 600 of his own dollars to play the CryptoKitties game. And he had this epiphany of taking his history with Lozy, his ability to scale technology, his ability to work with VC, the transparency from Anduin, and then his love of CryptoKitties to try and create Axie Infinity. So from a ownership standpoint, leadership standpoint, definitely checks the box. Now, the next thing I like to look at is the total addressable market cap. So the mobile gaming market cap is estimated to be around $170 billion by the year 2025. And although crypto is only a small piece of that right now, it's estimated that it will grow substantially in the next few years. And then as we look at the NFT market cap, which is about $18 billion right now, Axie Infinity is actually the third ranked project at 1.5 billion in market cap. So it definitely checked a box for me there as well. It has a sizable market cap that it can grow into and allow the project to grow in revenue and grow in token valuation. Okay, so the next thing we need to take a look at was the growth rate. So how well are they doing at attracting new users into the ecosystem? So we could see here, so in the last 30 days, they had 147,000 users, which represents a 334% increase over the prior period, which is substantial. That's huge. That's a lot of people. And what's really interesting is if you take that 147,000 over the last 30 days and you look at the total users of crypto games for July, it was around 461,000. So the vast majority of crypto game players are playing Axie Infinity and continuing to play Axie Infinity. So from a market penetration standpoint, it seems like they've hit on the secret recipe to really attract these gamers. Now, the next thing I like to go ahead and make sure I could check the box on is the knowledge of customer demand. So Trung has his personal experience in playing CryptoKitties, both the positive and the negative. He knows that blockchain gamers are more committed than regular gamers to the project because they actually own that ecosystem. It's distributed across all of them and they all own a piece of their Axies and the land. Now you look at some alternatives, and I hate to throw Decentraland under the bus, but I'm going to throw Decentraland under the bus here. It's a really cool product, but if you log into Decentraland, it's empty. There's like nobody there. It's a ghost town. And so it's really cool to see that the Axie group has not only been able to build the technology, but get people really excited to actually use what they put together. So the next thing I like to look back after they check the box on knowledge of customer demand is their community. So as I mentioned, they have 147,000 users in the last 30 days. They have a total of 215,000 Twitter followers. They have 24,000 Reddit users. And I have to say, I go through a lot of crypto subreddits as I'm researching projects. And the Axie subreddit was some of the most positive and helpful community members I've seen in a long time. It really reminded me of like the old Dogecoin community and how helpful and approachable everybody was. And then in their Discord, which I don't have pulled up here, but they have over 500,000 Discord users. So a huge budding community around Axie Infinity right now. So after I check that box, then I move over into the tokenomics. So the first thing is there's a total supply of 270 million AXS tokens, which isn't very much at all. And what I like about it is, they have some of their early investors or advisors. From a release schedule, there's no giant release of tokens where those early investors are going to be able to dump their tokens and bury the price of the AXS token. It's very gradual and nothing in there really scares me, which is great. If you look at the allocations, I also love to see that they have 21% dedicated to their team because you have to compensate those folks who are working on this and building a really, really great product, right? They should get paid for their hard work. But I also love to see that the vast majority of the token supply is being dedicated to the ecosystem, the play to earn, the staking rewards, and the ecosystem fund. So the next thing I take a look at in terms of tokenomics is just the wallets. Here, I just don't want any one wallet holding, let's say, over 10% of the AXS tokens, because what will happen is as the price skyrockets or gets a nice pump, those individuals will go ahead and dump their tokens, which could bury the overall asset price. And I'm happy to see that there's none of that here. You know, these two addresses here, that's for the token vesting and that's for the token swap. So there's no major whale kind of like hiding in the shadows that can dump the price on us. So that's really, really good. So then I went ahead and I pulled up the roadmap and I said, okay, great. Everything right now is feeling super good. You're doing awesome. But what does the future look like? And they have some really, really cool things on the horizon. So starting with Q3, they're going to have AXS staking available where you can stake those tokens and earn rewards. They have improvements in development around their land gameplay, as well as launching, I'm going to butcher this name, but Lunacia SDK Alpha, which is just it's a builder tool for people to build worlds on their plot of lands that they own, and open that up for folks to create their own NFTs and market them in the marketplace and just kind of create this whole ecosystem within Axie Infinity. Okay, so with all that out the way, let's go ahead, let's jump into my realistic price prediction for the AXS Axie Infinity token. Now, a couple disclaimers. Number one, this is not financial advice. I went to public school in the United States and don't trust my maths. In fact, if you have a better process than what I'm doing here, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to add it into future videos. Number two, who knows if we're in a bear market or not, or just in a bull market that's taking a little bit of a breather. But if we are in a long-term bear market, all this goes out the window because crypto typically takes a massive dive during that bear market period. And then finally, in doing this research, it's proven that Axie has had months where it's had up to a 50% reduction in price as a correction. And so it goes without saying, this is a highly risky investment, however you want to cut it. Okay, so with all that out the way, what I did is I went down and I set the prices of the AXS token since its inception. And I created some moving averages off of that. Now, and so this is what it led me to. So Axie Infinity has historically provided 134% increase on its asset price. So if we go with that 23.76 price as of right now, come the year 2022, $55, all the way through the year 2025 at a whopping $712 per token. Now, when we look at headwinds, I think there's two things that kind of stand out for me. One, there's a high barrier of entry to play. So you need 3 axolotls to battle, with some of the minimum costs being around $400 for a single one. So you're talking about $1,200 investment just to play the game. And I'm curious to see how adoption's going to trend with people who are, I mean, it seems that if we're in a bear market, how people are going to go ahead and feel about investing that type of money into an NFT crypto game. And then the other thing is the Axie group, they ended up choosing their validators that run the back end of Axie. So it isn't truly decentralized across the community. So I do want to give 2 quick shout outs. Number one is to Axie on the Moon. I watched a ton of his content in preparing this video for you guys today. And in particular, this video here, $70,000 profit in 5 days. It's an interview that he conducted with Whoopty-Doo56, whose channel I'll also linked down below. And just really great content about how to get started in the world of Axie Infinity. So there you have it. There's my review of Axie Infinity, as well as my prediction on its token price for the rest of 2021, all the way through the year 2025. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What's your price prediction for the Axie Infinity token for the rest of 2021? Was I close? Was I far off? Let me know in the comments down below. My name is Ryan. This is the No Autopilot YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next vid. Bye.